jump right into it. As you know, this is our debut week of the relaunch of the Melting Pot Radio Network, now on Spreaker.com, where we have Spit Game Sports Talk with Danny Wright and myself, Mondays at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Mondays at 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, we have the show you are now listening to, Married to God, with myself and my wonderful wife, Lynette. On Tuesdays at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, Business Blitz with Danny Wright and myself, where we talk business and entrepreneurship. We have great, amazing guests from all across the country just coming on and pouring into you, talking about their experiences in their career fields and, different things of that nature, just giving you as much information about business and entrepreneurship as possible. And the new show to Tuesday nights, Love and Money with Connie S. Falls, the Common Sense Consultant, Connie S. Falls. Now listen, y'all. I came to Connie with a question on something I was trying to do, and the answer that she gave me, this was about October of last year. Like, literally, what I asked her and what it forced me to do was completely the opposite. But because of her, my life has completely changed. And many people that I come across nowadays, they be like, yo, Dan, where you come from? I ain't never hear about you or nothing. Now you like everywhere. That's Connie. That's Connie, yo. Now, Wednesdays, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, Commissioned by Submissions Christian Talk Show with Danny Wright and myself. I can't wait for Wednesday, yo. I'm going to just let y'all know it's been a long time coming, and I need a little more Jesus. And that's the pun. That's some pun intended, because, Erica Campbell is taking over for the Yolanda Adams Morning Show in the morning, 6 to 10 a.m. I don't know where you are, what market you're in. I'm not feeling it, but that's another story. Thursdays at 8 p.m., Speak Truth with Bishop Emmanuel Coleman. This anointed man of God will pour so much into you. He's just going to keep it real, keep it 100, speaking the truth about God and, bridging the gap between the church and society, where we are right now. So definitely tune into that. And Sunday nights, we have No Box Thinking Radio with Jonathan Kegler. He gives you inspiration, education, transformation, motivation. Name it, he does it. He brings it all. Mr. No Box Thinking himself. His philosophy of no box thinking has changed my life more, and I consider him a great mentor of mine, and he has helped me so much. And I was just talking about it earlier today. I got a bookmark of his, and one of his quotes: "Don't look for the one, be the one." So every time I read my book, oh man, it just fires me up. Like, man, because I used to be that person that saw issues in the world and was like, man, I wish somebody would fix that. Somebody needed to do something about that. And now it's like, yo, I see an issue. That's what's up. I'm going to handle that myself. So thank you, and definitely tune into all of our shows on this official relaunch week. And so we're going to jump right back into it. Lynette, Vegas, finish it off.
All right, so Vegas. So in Vegas, like I said earlier, Daniel was always my shoulder to cry on, my ear that I used to vent to and come back and complain to about whoever I was in a situationship with. So, particular night, I don't know. Daniel says my order's a little thrown off, but I'm gonna just tell you how I remember it. I was there and I was crying about one of the situationships that I was in.
Ooh, all right, hold on. Let me start the beginning off of that part.
Gosh.
No, so this is the case, right? Lynette and Sarah, they went to the mall. They were hanging out at the mall. It was game 1 of the NBA Finals. The Miami Heat was playing San Antonio, and that's when LeBron was still in Miami. And I was at some sports bar watching the game, so they were there. So when I got to the mall after the game went off, I met up with them, and she's just crying and all red and ugly. So go ahead.
So yeah, that's what I was getting to, but I was gonna make myself sound not red and ugly. But so yeah, I'm crying. I was red and pretty. And
not at all. She's not a pretty crier, yo. Go ahead.
So Daniel asked, what I was crying for, and I didn't even say anything because actually his next sentence was correct. He told me what I was crying for and who I was crying about. And so after that, I told him exactly what the problem was, and I cried a little more about the situationship, and he just looked at me like I was crazy, and told me to shut up in a nice way, and told me to get over it in a nice way. And that was the end of that portion of the night.
No, it wasn't. Tell him about the line, yo. The line is what got you. That's what got you. I didn't even know.
So my issue was this situationship that I was in. The guy was stringing me along. I was allowing myself to be strung along, and I said, I just don't understand why. Why I'm being kept in the friend zone, or why can't I be more than just a friend? So Daniel's next line was, what was your next line? Daniel's next line was, well, that's what I don't understand. Like, why you so confused? That's what you do to me. Wasn't that it?
Yeah, I called you a hypocrite.
Yeah,
I called you a hypocrite.
He called me a hypocrite.
Yeah, like she said, the order of her events are off because the day prior, something happened in Vegas, and it didn't stay in Vegas. But like at that point in time, my mind was a little skewed. I was in another world, and yes, I was out. And it was my birthday, and I'm watching the game, and I met some cool white dudes. They were like really cool. Like it was a gentleman that was about 60, and then his stepson or something, and they were down there celebrating his marriage or something. And so we sitting there playing pool and watching the game, and they just giving me shots and shots and shots. So I'm really really intoxicated. So I really didn't care what came out my mouth. And those who know me, I normally don't care what comes out my mouth when I'm sober. So yeah, I just say whatever I was feeling at that time. And go ahead, Nat.
Yeah. So, so my thing is, when people, how they usually say, like, when you're drinking, that's like the truth serum or something. So I just feel like, Daniel likes to joke and say that I was looking at him, some kind of way before that night. And, maybe I was interested in him and I wasn't saying nothing. Or, his mom likes to say the same thing, too. Shout out to Mom. Hey, Mom Karen.
Hey, Mom.
So
she knew before we knew.
Yeah, she always says that we were together before all of that. So anyway, so the truth serum. He said he was taking his shots. He was taking shots of his truth serum, and I just felt like all this time we were friends, but he was wondering why I kept him in a friend zone. That's my observation. But that's neither here nor there because he's looking at me like I'm crazy right now because I never said that to him. But anyway.
No.
So anywho, so we got back to the room. It had to be about 5 o'clock in the morning, Vegas time. Since it's 3 hours behind. I know he keeps telling me I switch nights. Mm-hmm. But anyway, on that particular night.
That was the night we got locked out the room and we went to sleep. Yeah. We were supposed to go back out, but we would sleep at like 8 o'clock in Vegas.
You're right.
I know, because I remember things like that.
So anyway, yeah, he's my memory. If I don't write it down, it's probably going to come out a little confusing. But, so whatever night it was, we were back at the room, and we got back in the room really, really late. It was about something in the morning. It was about 5 in the morning.
Yeah, the sun was up.
Yeah, the sun was coming up because I remember.
The sun was up.
I remember. Yeah, it was up because I remember taking selfies on the strip on the way back to the hotel. And the sun was
the
up.
Empty strip.
Yeah, the sun was just up. Mm-hmm. And so we got back to the room, and I went to bed. Daniel was trying to hang because his show. He was doing a radio show then, but his show came on at 10 in the morning. Our time, on East Coast time. And of course, in Vegas, we were 3 hours behind. So, his show was due to come on soon. Don't giggle now. So, his show was due to come on in a couple hours. So, he didn't want to go to sleep because he knew he wouldn't wake up in time for this show. And this fool, yeah, he's laughing real hard right there. So this fool decides, he thinks, all right, I need to stay up. I need to figure out how I'm going to stay up for these next couple hours so I don't miss my show. I'm asleep. So here's the quick, clean version. Next thing I know, I wake up. Wait, no, I don't even know. I wake up and Daniel was next to me, okay? We just... and...
All right, so this is married to God. She woke up and I was knowing her. I knew her that night. Okay, go ahead, Nat.
Yeah, so that's basically how it happened. Of course, very awkward. Here I am. This had been my friends for so many years.
Blame it on the alcohol.
Yeah, my friend for so many years. And, what do you say? What do you do?
I'm sorry.
He didn't actually say he's sorry. I think he's just kind of saying that right now. But, yeah.
Because it really sounds bad. It does sound bad, yo.
So, that's kind of how our relationship started. We came back, as we were coming back to Philly, we were on the plane, and I remember leaning my head over and giving Daniel a kiss. Daniel said that's when he knew I liked him. And
after we knew each other in Vegas, that's when I knew.
Right.
That's when I really knew.
Right.
That she it was like, the hope, did she just kiss me?
Right.
Like, on my mouth too, y'all. Like, she kissed me on my lips.
So, that was the beginning when we got back to my place, because as Daniel said earlier, he had been sleeping on my couch. So when we got back to my place, of course, that was another whole awkward moment. So it's like, so where do we go from here? I guess we're in a relationship now. So that's how the relationship started. I looked at Dan and I said, I guess kind of don't have to sleep on the couch, I guess. I don't know. You can come upstairs if you want. I don't know. And that, like I said, that was the beginning of something awesome. Fantastical.
Yep, that was the beginning, but prior to the beginning, there was the beginning of the whole relationship of our extremely large house.
Yes.
So, I had kids prior, she had kids prior. At that time, we had, 9 at the time?
I lost count, I don't remember.
Yeah, we had 9 at the time. So, no, 10.
No, you didn't have 10.
Yeah.
Come on.
At Vegas, at the time of Vegas, during our friendship, we had 9 and Joy.
Okay.
Yeah. So we had 10, you could say. Well, it's more like 12, kind of, sort of.
Yeah, we lose count because we kind of adopt other people's children as well. It's like our children, their children are our children, God's children, so our number is always thrown off, but yeah. Yeah,
so, so during that time, we were real close, and so our kids became close in the meantime as well. I mean, you go on our social media, y'all gonna see some throwback pictures, and it's like, yo, I told you I had 2 kids, so my 5 and 6-year-old were not even born back then. So, yeah, time flies. Yeah. But... So, yeah, it was like that, and literally a couple days after Vegas, it was. I guess it was still kind of awkward, and it was just like, so you want to be my girlfriend? I didn't know. I didn't know what to say. I didn't know what was going on. I just guessed. Yeah, I don't know. But yeah, back to Vegas. This is the last part of Vegas, y'all.
Oh, gosh, you love Vegas.
No, because this is the last part of Vegas that you missed out. So when I got to the mall that night and she was crying, I told her, literally, the words out of my mouth was, the next N-word, I said the N-word, y'all. I was mad. I was highly intoxicated. The next N-word that make you cry, I'ma kill him. Mm-hmm. That's what I said. And so... me not wanting to commit the sin of suicide, I was like, you know what? Dang, I'm with her now. I can't make her cry because I don't want to kill myself. And I'm a good friend that keeps his word, so I don't want to do that. And yeah, so to all of you guys who have been listening to the Melting Pot Radio Network since our Inception, conception. Is it inception? Conception.
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 Right. Creation.
Yes.
Right.
So